Tottenham suck. Tottenham suck. Don't care what they say, they still suck. Yeah, boys, that's what I'm talking about. Leeds United coming out smashing. That's oh my God. When you guys hear me complain about Arsenal not having any fight, not having any, Leeds have fucking shit to play for right now. The team that has something to play for is Tottenham Hotspurs, and they come out like walking. And here's Leeds United from the fucking get-go, smashing into people, diving in. Oh my God, even Stuart Dallas had nearly a tap-in, almost broke the top netting by smashing it so hard. But listen, the reason I'm a bit excited and rushing is because we've only got a tiny amount of time to talk with James today. So bring in everybody, bring in Mark. What's going on, Mark? I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to James.
Man, what a performance, right?
Listen, I want to talk to both of y'all.
I want to know where that performance was last week.
Both of y'all called draws. Who's the only one who called 3 goals for Leeds?
Hey, I called it. I said last night if Rafinha and Phillips play, 3-1.
I mean, that was just cameos.
They didn't.
Oh, come on. Rafinha made a difference when he came in.
He did.
But it was all said and done at that point.
Rodrigo, I mean, come on.
But listen,
all said and done.
We were calling it. If you guys were going to put their wingers to work, you were going to put Son and Bale to work defensively. And you saw Bale. What did he do?
Nothing.
Fuck all.
Oh, he was a non-entity. I mean, absolutely. He was looking forward to playing golf, man. He had a tee time he had to get to.
Right.
You can see he was looking at his watch. He was like, "Am I going to miss? Oh no, tee time. Sorry, man. I gotta get out of here."
That's
he
awesome.
wasn't in it mentally. You can tell.
Yeah, because he gets so upset when he doesn't get to shoot. I don't want to have to run. That's why he loves golf. He needs a little golf cart to keep up with Stuart Dallas.
Yeah.
That would be hysterical.
All over the place. Stuart Dallas was all over the place.
Oh, he was. He's player of the year for me. And I mean, it's just he's amazing.
And
he's amazing. I've been saying it for several months now. Player of the year.
Yeah, I like that. Bale was shite, and then Saul says Bale was playing. But also, what did I tell you guys? I said at the end of the match, they're all going to walk into the locker room. Diego Llorente is going to unzip his cargo shorts because in all of his pockets, who's he going to have? There's Kane. Diego Llorente played a hell of a match as well.
He did. Yeah.
He was. What did you say, Mark? White on rice or something like that?
He was stuck to him, all right. He
was stuck to Kane.
Glue.
Like gravy on grits. Yeah, like gravy on grits, like you say down here.
Like gravy on grits.
Yeah.
All right, James. So give me your overall thoughts. I'll stop talking.
I thought an amazing performance from the get-go. We dominated the run of play. We dictated tempo, which we did not do last week. The passing was absolutely phenomenal on a wet pitch. Amazing. One-touch passing. The Don would have been so proud of today's performance. It was just gorgeous to watch every step of the way. You couldn't say anything bad about this one. And you couldn't say anything good about the one last week. So
yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely.
I think it's a matchup issue. Brighton, just for whatever reason, we don't match up well against them. Today, you saw the same team come out and just play lights out.
Yeah. Listen, I feel that more and more, we talked last week after the Brighton match and said, could it possibly be that you guys had such a killer? What's up, Ben, Arizona? Finally joining the Stoop crew.
Ben.
By the way, good morning, Stoop crew. Sorry, we came in hot, super excited. So, but Stoop crew. God damn, Mark.
Oh, what the hell?
Good morning, Stoop crew. Why don't you guys all give Ben a big whatever you want. Leeds, or cheers or whatever. But thank you for joining the Stoop crew. But this just goes to show me more and more that the performance against Brighton was a bit of taking the foot off the gas and taking a deep breath, because you guys have been going balls to the wall against these big six clubs. And then because the exact same team comes out and does this, it
was crazy. It was completely unexpected. When I saw the lineup today, I got to admit, I was wondering where the goals were going to come from. It was it was a bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah.
But then,
and who did they come from?
I mean, yeah,
Stuart, Dallas, Bamford, and then a beautiful combination between Rafinha and Rodrigo. Now,
let's not forget about the pass from Alioski, man. That was.
I thought played a good game today. He really did.
He was making up for last week.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't think there was a bad performance out there. I thought Koch did a great job at CDM. Was really stout there. I mean, it was
Cleach as well. Cleach gets a lot of shit. He was all over the pitch as well. I like him. He's got the tall white socks and the black boots, so he's always kind of easy to spot. But so let me see, James. I know you got to rush off to work. Who would your man of the match be? This is a tough one.
It's a tough one. Wow. I'm going to go with Llorente, I think.
You really?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Llorente. So, I mean, look, for me, it's always the same people. I mean, I got to go somewhat different this time around. Yeah. So, Stuart Dallas has been my man of the match several times. Luke Ayler's been, I think, my man of the match a couple times. Obviously, Patty's been my man of the match a few times. I got to go with Llorente. I thought Llorente played a really good game. Very solid back there.
Yeah. Let's see who we got here. Alioski, Cleach. Saul says Cleach back to his best.
I thought that was one of his better matches that he's played. Absolutely, for a while, for several months.
Absolutely. And LS 14 Tony, Kane was a toenail offside. I love VAR. Listen, he was a toenail offside, and Rafinha was a toenail onside. Those were two VAR calls where I feel that they went with the call on the field.
Totally justified.
So close. Yeah. It would have been either one could have gone the other way.
Yes.
No, absolutely.
That was really kind of rough on Kane, I thought, but then I went, you play for Tottenham, so fuck off, you're offside. Going with the call on the field, Tottenham suck.
With the relationship that Leeds has had with VAR this season, I was really concerned when they went to VAR. I have to admit.
Oh my god! When I saw it say onside, I was like, no, right? They can't be calling this onside, and they're like, yep, onside, go ahead.
Yeah.
And of course, it was like at the moment I had pressed create the stream at 2-1. And I had the images done and everything was 2-1. I was like just waiting, and I was like, fuck it, it's almost over. And I pressed it. Like, okay, got to re-edit. Re-uploaded everything. But good. Towards the end of the match, it didn't seem like Spurs were going to get the next goal. It always felt like you guys were going to get another goal.
Yeah, I was messaging a mate during the course of the match, and I said the same thing. And I said, right now they're playing into our hands because they're pushing forward. The counterattack's going to come. We just have to be patient, and it's going to be there, and we're going to get that third goal. I mean, you could feel it. I mean, you could feel it coming. It was just right on the horizon.
Yeah. I want to say what's up to Karen C. Glad to see you on here.
Hey, Karen.
Always happy when you pop on. Amy Hill said Earth is covered by 70% water. For the rest, there's Stuart Dallas.
Yes. Yeah. Stuart's he's incredible.
I love that. Oh, and Bob's here. Yo, we're wearing our Retrovolt shirts. They fit nice. These are good. You can go and order you guys some. Across the pond there. Dallas man of the match. Okay, well, James, we don't want to take up
I gotta go.
Too much of your time, but anything else that you want to say about this performance?
No, just very proud of the lads. I mean, it was an excellent performance all the way around. I mean, there's not anything bad to say. I mean, it's just like I said, it was astounding to me. I did not expect this. I have to say, but it was really great. So I'll have a good day at work today, Instead,
absolutely.
Man, it makes for a great beginning to the day. When I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to watch Leeds not perform so well. Yeah, not a good start.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Well, it definitely was worth getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was.
Especially when the goals came early.
Exactly.
All right, guys.
Wait a minute, I got to pay attention.
This is James has to go. So if you want to give him a mott or Leeds, now's the time.
Bye. Leeds.
Thanks, James.
Later,
be well.
Bye.
And so, guys, sorry we had to rush through that, but James actually has to be at work at 9 in the morning, so he had enough time to watch an entire football match, do a post-match show, and now be at work at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, no doubt.
Which brings me to, I want to know, everybody who's in the audience right now in the comments section, we got a good number of you guys here. Let us know what time you had to get up to watch this, or if you were watching it in Leeds time. So let us know where you're at, where you're watching this from, and what your morning was like having to watch this. For us, I got up before my dog
Jason, I don't think that's true. I will admit when Leeds plays well, like last week they did not play well. This week they played fantastic. I just said it was worth getting up at 6:30 in the morning to watch.
Dude,
Bob got up at 4
a.m.
That beats us all, And he's got an arcade to open on this Saturday.
So Thailand is in Phoenix. 4:30 in the morning. So that means, you were up an hour before. You wanted to get the team sheet out,
right?
So let's see. In Sheffield time, in Leeds time, you like that. Eduardo Vasquez, 4:30 in the morning from LA. Where is Najee? Look, Najee said
Najee's probably at the park with his kids while it's still dry outside.
Yeah. No, I went outside. I was going to do this outside. That's why I was a little late, because I started setting up and then the rain started. So I didn't have enough time to get all that ready. But so listen, all of our Stoop crew who's in the house, if you go to our YouTube channel in the community tab, you will see a link where you can call in and you can talk with us and give us your thoughts on the match. And we already have somebody waiting, part of our Stoop crew. So he decided not to be walking around an entire building this time, making us all vomit. If that was happy hour, you would have had a bunch of vomit all over the place because we were dizzy after that. He's nice and settled. So everybody give it up for Keith, calling in from London.
Hey, what's going on, Keith?
How you doing? I've got my setup, which I changed up a little bit because I thought this whole match just made me think of something, which was that you can see my tattered Leeds jersey, which was from 2018. It's like poor quality material. Never buy a 32 red jersey, guys. From before 2019, ironically, because 32 red here, but we've come so far. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to see us beating teams like Spurs. I put in a comment there. It's the boneyard, Ellen Road of the top 6 at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt, man.
I don't think they've.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, the Leeds couldn't win at home last year, and this year they're really tearing it up.
Absolutely. I do want to say sorry for walking around and making us feel dizzy in the last one. I wasn't allowed to stay in the school. I was getting stick from the security guard. He was saying you shouldn't be in here without a pass and stuff. So I made sure I made my presence quickly felt.
That's when you just got to show him the screen, and I'll say, yeah, he's good. He's good.
This is it. Exactly. Lolo knows what he's talking about. Lolo, sure, you and Mark now have called some have made some pretty big calls. I mean, 2-1 Mark against City, and nobody thought you were. Everybody thought you were, on your way to the loony bin. And then probably similar for you, Lolo, but you've nailed it, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it's 1-1.
No, I did say 3-0. I think didn't I? Didn't I say 3-0?
Close enough, man.
But I called the 3 goals. I just thought, and you know what? If you look at that goal that they had, That freaking pass from Dele Alli and the composure
Beautiful.
of Son, that's what Spurs can do. You know, that's what Tottenham can do. And that's why it's so dangerous. But the giving up of 3 goals is also what they can do. When
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was actually a good shift by Ryan Mason to calm his team down a little bit, because they weren't ready for you guys to come out of the gates like that.
No.
Fucking diving in for tackles, winning every single ball. I thought Tyler Roberts' first 10 minutes of the match were fantastic. He kind of fell off after that. But right away, you saw Spurs trying to like keep up with them, and Ryan Mason calmed them down a little bit and was like, listen, no, don't fall into the trap of trying to stay with them, because they'll be gassed. Bale was gassed in the first half.
He
doesn't do anything. Ayling had him in his pocket, didn't he? Or was it Alioski had him in his pocket. Alioski. Yeah. I do. Bale, although sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Bale got winded doing the knee.
Yeah, doing the high knee before.
He was given the knee at the end. You know, at the beginning of the game, he gives the knee, and he's like, whew.
He was thinking about golf, wasn't he?
He was like, "Where's my golf cart to get from here to there and back?" Like he would have been right there on that. Let's get some of these comments. Bielsa burnout. Pull the other one. So I thought right away when the match started, I was looking at it and I saw boom, 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 boom. Ball goes out of play. I think it's Jack Harrison or somebody sprints to it, gets it, throws it. I don't even know if he knew who he was throwing to, but it was just like, get that ball back in play.
Yeah.
And he threw it. And I was like, this is murder ball.
Mm-hmm.
Bielsa was like, go out and for 10, 15 minutes, we're playing murder ball. The ball doesn't stop. You don't stop running. Go, 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 go. They won't be able to. And they didn't know what hit them. You know, they were still waking up. So anyway, I thought fantastic. That was a real glimpse of murder ball, and that's really what we missed against Brighton. Brighton wouldn't have been able to keep up with that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no doubt.
I've got some notes written down because I had about 2 minutes because you were anxious to get Scream up this week, and I've just got some notes written down for basically the first half, and I've said here that you've got some great neat touches in the first 5 minutes, and then obviously Bamford gets that early goal, as he has done a few times this season. There's been early goals from Bamford, but I think Dallas, and I was watching the Chelsea game against Real Madrid, and it was I was about to call him Makelele there because he's the modern day Makelele, isn't he? The N'Golo Kante, but Kante just kind of jumps in front of a player. I can't remember who it was, and he nips the ball in front of him, does a little bit of a turn, and it's it's a goal from there. It's basically the same thing from Dallas because he steals the ball. He gets it out. It looks like the play is about to break down, and then it makes its way over to the left-hand side. Harrison was wonderful. He was crap last week, but he was wonderful.
I've been on Harrison. He was wonderful. He had a couple. His shots on goal were terrible. I didn't think Harrison was that good today.
Similar to Klitsch.
His outside play was very good. His crosses into the box were very good. But every time he went to take a shot, it was just like, dude, no, stay out there and cross it in. But Stuart Dallas, man, what can you say about him? That cross he had. He made this run up the right side where you see him dart in, the defender goes, and he loops back around and gets the pass from like Cleach or somebody. He's running and just whips it in without even looking, and it's a perfect cross. And just unfortunately, nobody got onto it there. I think Aurier made a good play on it. So Stuart Dallas, man, what do you?
Well, I'm just having a look here at the stats, and when you consider, like, everybody's talking about Lingard. Lingard's been unbelievable. Souček's been unbelievable. Who else we got here? Mahrez has 9 goals. Stuart Dallas has played at left back more and as well centre. I think he's often pop into the kind of CDM role. and he's got 1 goal behind all of those players. Do you know what I mean? I think people have been a bit harsh on Bale because he's got 9 goals this season. And I think obviously the Sheffield United game helps him with that. But Dallas he's got to be player of the season.
Wait, didn't Bale get like 4 in one game?
He might have years ago.
No, I think he has 2 hat tricks this season.
He has 2 hat tricks.
You've got to give it to him for having a couple of hat tricks in the first place.
But I don't think.
No. He's played like 30 games and he has 9 goals.
Yeah.
2 of those games he scored 6. So that he has 3. So he.
I don't think he's played 30 games.
I wonder a lot of those 30 games are probably well, it's 17 games it says here, and I think a fair few of those games are probably you're probably adding in the Champions League and then or whatever. Were they in the Europa League? It was Champions League, wasn't it? You're probably adding in a few of those, but Bale comes off the bench for a lot of those games because Mourinho doesn't want him playing. So
I agree with you, Toby. By the way, I just threw that up there. That's exactly what I was saying. I thought Harrison was very, very good today, except for his shooting.
Yes,
and he must have thought he was playing rugby.
Yeah, lads, let me know if there's anybody in the queue. I'll jump off.
We do have somebody in the queue, but it says device is not connected. So LS14 Tony, we see you down there, but you got to get your camera turned on. You got to get your audio turned on, and once all that's ready, we can get you in here. But we'll keep talking with you, man. You did some research, so we'll give you your time.
Yeah, no doubt.
But just to say,
I wouldn't call it research.
Research?
What? No.
What the hell?
Somebody did research, so give him the screen time because we didn't.
Yeah,
but let me just say
cameos. By the way,
let me just say. Stoop crew, thank you guys so much for all your comments and all of that, and everybody else in the comments. Thank you guys. Don't forget to look at Bielsa up over Mark's shoulder, telling you to smash that like button. So listen to Bielsa.
That's right. Hey,
Keith,
thanks,
was that you?
Appreciate that.
That's
I had that. I was trying to figure that out, and I didn't want to put it in until after I was on because I didn't want to make it look like I was trying to push you to get me on. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to say this is Lolo. This is for your prediction because I'm giving it to you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
No, not a lot of people have the balls to do that.
All right. LS14 Tony says I'm camera shy. Okay, so as long as your audio works, we'll bring you on in a minute. Just hang tight while we talk with Keith. And I wanted to remind everybody that if you're a Stoop crew member, go to the community tab on the YouTube channel and you will see the link where you can call in just like Keith did. Keith is a Stoop crew member and get to talk with us. So, Tony, let's go ahead and bring Tony on and you can talk with him, Keith.
Oh, sounds good.
And let's see what Tony has to say. It won't even let you bring it on. So, Tony, you got to at least turn on your audio then. Okay, so we're not going to talk to him.
Sorry, Tony.
He's gone. Okay, so let's hear it. Keith, who's your man of the match?
This is a difficult one. I'm gonna give it to Meslier.
That's who I would give it to in a heartbeat.
Thank you.
He was so good. He's so good right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've got written down that he makes like 3 key saves. He makes the one from, I want to say, Lo Celso, but it might, I think it was Lo Celso. He smashes it and it hits off of, I think, Stroik's leg or Llorente's leg, and he sees it late, doesn't he? It's just that instinctive goalkeeper. And I've said it a few times. I think I commented on some YouTube video about 2 weeks ago. He's going to be worth something like 60 million soon. Do you know what I mean? He's 21 years old. Meslier. He's only 21 years old. You talked about is
he even that old?
I think he might just be.
He might have just turned.
Yeah, he was like a few weeks ago. I think he turned it, and
Can I correct Keith?
Oh yeah,
sure.
You said you watched another YouTube video. What the hell?
Why?
Yeah, sorry about that, John. Yeah, that was before I knew you guys.
I break your legs, man.
It was who was it?
The hockey stick.
I can't. I think it was like All Leeds TV or something like that, or the one One Leeds, who have had a bit. I think there's a bit of tension between those two channels now. Did you know that you guys have had All Leeds TV on, haven't you?
Yeah, and I've been on there. James has been on there.
Yeah. Do you know Connor? Connor's one Leeds fan channel.
Yeah.
He used to be on one. He used to be on All Leeds TV. And then there seems to be a bit of a falling out. He never mentions them anymore, but he's doing well. He's doing well as well. I loved both of their channels. I think I was commenting on one of them. But
I think we've reached out to him and said, "Hey, we'd love to be on your show, or if you want to be on our show," and he said nothing.
Yeah,
got no.
He's a busy man. Maybe he's got no time for the Americans.
He's got no time for an Arsenal and a Wolves fan.
No doubt.
So okay, so let's talk. What do you think was most important for Leeds United beating Tottenham today? Was it controlling the midfield? Was it the wide channels? Was it the pressing? Was it defense? I've got my ideas. What do you guys say? What do you say?
I was really happy to see that press, that high press today. They were just relentless with it. And early on, they were just like, "Nope, you're not getting by me." You know, I really enjoyed that. That was what I wanted to see in last week against Brighton. This is what they do really, really well, and they should just always do it. As far as I'm concerned, you know, I don't know that much about Leeds, just what I've seen from this year, and that press they do it better than anyone.
What do you think about Robin Koch? Because I thought Koch was immense today. I thought if it wasn't going to be Meslier, if Meslier didn't make those saves, you know, I think Robin Koch, I think he gets, you know, just before him, because Koch was everywhere. He was winning everything. He was up for corners. He had a shot that got deflected after there was a mistake from Lloris. If I'm saying that name right.
Yeah.
I thought he was brilliant. I just thought we didn't miss Calvin Phillips today.
Which is fucking. This is what the second match you've won without him, or not lost. I think second or third that you just not lost.
Yeah, I think the only time Harry Kane really broke through our line ever was when he was offside.
Twice,
apart from twice.
He had two.
And he hits the
he was
the crossbar. He's unlucky to hit when he hits the crossbar, and it's 2-1 then. But
is that on the free kick?
Yeah,
that free kick was.
But that's it was fierce, wasn't it? I think Meslier might just have it though. I think he might just get his fingertips if it's lower. I think he might.
I don't know. That's a tough ask. I think
it is a tough ask.
That's the biggest compliment. I agree with Bobby Two Stoops. Well, he says we didn't miss Phillips. That's the biggest compliment. And Mike P says Cock had a big one.
Well, I think there was. Nice one. I won't comment on that as a teacher, but I think Phillips does a little kind of ring turn towards the end when he comes on, and I thought it was a little bit of a cameo, do you know, of what Phillips is normally like in the game.
Yeah.
But Koch he just did it no frills the whole game, and I thought if my heart ruled my head, he'd be man of the match.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Controversial maybe, but
yeah. I don't know. It was a good team play, and I feel like Spurs were constantly, yo, what's up, Gordon? Hey, Stoop crew, give it up to Gordon. Say what's up.
Welcome, Gordon.
Invite him to the party.
My boss's name is Gordon. I got a little bit of a mini heart attack there.
Like your boss is now on
your moonlight.
He signed up just so he could call in to tell you to get back to work.
This is it. He said it's Saturday again. Why are you not in here? No, he's been sound.
But thank you very much, Gordon, for joining the crew. But I felt like Spurs were like, don't worry, they'll stop pressing eventually. And it just didn't stop. In fact, it was actually weird, and even the commentators mentioned how Luke Ayling like took the ball off to the side at one moment, and they're like, "Whoa, okay, Luke Ayling's giving everybody a little breath." At 92 minutes or something like that, it's about time they start to think about just winning, just ending this game.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic.
Lucas Moura came on. He didn't do anything.
No,
Interestingly.
No.
he did
Guys,
nothing.
Mike P says 9 likes. There's only 9 likes. Look at Bielsa in
9.
the corner.
Let me give you another
Bielsa
one.
is telling you what to do. I'm not even telling you what to do.
I'm seeing 41. I don't know where the 9 likes is coming from.
Oh, I don't
41?
know.
Maybe everybody's seen that and they've all given it a like. They've forgotten. What
Let's
it
see.
is.
Ignacio, buenos dias, says, guys, man, the match was strike. I'm gonna have a hard time.
I thought Strike made a few errors.
I'm gonna have a hard time countering anybody that you say right now because you may have been paying special attention to one of them. Meanwhile, like my eyes are fixed on Stuart Dallas and Alioski most of the time because I can't wait to see who Alioski winds up. And
I've got a comment on. Sorry to cut across you there, Lolo. Strike we're talking about. Strike has a pass out the back, and I know this is the way we play, but there was the only error that I remember in the entire game that was a costly one almost. He kicks it kind of towards the center of the pitch and or just behind the center circle. I don't know who picks it up. It might be Son or somebody like that, and we nearly concede from it. And that's I mean I can't remember anybody else making a mistake apart from maybe Alioski not picking up his man for the Son goal. He's not picking up Son, and he needs to have him in that situation because there's nobody behind Alioski, so he should have at least looked behind him.
Yeah,
he just kind of ghosts in, but Strike nearly puts them back in 2-2 in that moment. So I can see why you want to give Strike. He's Strike's young. He's only young, but I can't give it to Strike. Yeah.
Okay, well, good. There, you were paying a lot more attention to the back end than I was.
I was watching with my heart, and I have this thing where I'll just jump up and I'll start punching the air and screaming, and my neighbors will tell me to shut up. And
the students are like, "What are you doing?"
This is it. They're like, well. And if my fiance is here, she'll be the same. She'll be saying, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, she says she's a Leeds fan now, but she's been given Man United jerseys and Chelsea jerseys, so I'm not 100% sure. If you're a Leeds fan, you react in these moments in this way.
Definitely, man. Darren says, "I like that Strike even attempted those passes."
Yeah.
Ignacio, but happy he is playing at such a high level. Yeah, I think Strike he's been filling in very well, and he's young still. So he's doing very well. Now
I don't think Bielsa criticizes it. I don't think Bielsa criticizes the pass. You know what I mean? It's the way we play.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah. It's the way you guys play. Listen, you guys play a very, very dangerous form of football, which from the get-go, there were sliding tackles from behind where you just got the ball. Like, I think kicked off the game and Llorente comes flying in, where if you don't time that perfect, that could be a red card, at the second minute of the match. But multiple times those tackles happen where, yes, okay, even if you don't get the man and you don't foul him, if you miss the ball, they turn and they've got wide open spaces like the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
So why go in for those tackles? Well, they got them. They got each and every one of those tackles.
Yeah.
I believe. So, but I'm just thinking, like, I see those slide tackles coming in from weird angles and balls that aren't even 50-50. And I'm just thinking, this is how Spurs score goals, though. Little mistakes, and then boom, Kane is there. Bale, Son flying over the top. Kane slots somebody in. So, but I think that's where, Darren says right here, you got to practice playing dangerously to become good at it. And I think that's what we were witnessing. Murder ball. Infamously, those practices aren't really filmed, right? Am I wrong about that? Like, it's hard to get footage of murder ball.
you might not even know about it when you're watching it. Do you know what I mean? It might you might just get a little quick clip of it. Do you know what I mean? It's I remember I saw someone, I think it was Luke Ayling, was on the Super 6 podcast, and he was talking about murder ball, and he was saying when it started off there was cones around the pitch, and like once you pass the ball, you had to sprint to a cone that you were covering from the man marking, you know. So it's so intense by the sounds of it, you know, and I don't know how they do it. They must have brains that just memorize where they need to be all the time. They're brilliant.
No, you saw Alioski make a clearance, then he's in the box waiting for a pass, doesn't get the pass, then he's amazing. Back defending on the break. It was just, you know, one moment in the match. I remember. Just think how expensive that Spurs players are, and what are they? 6 points ahead of us. For real, y'all. For real.
Yeah, no doubt.
They're one of the biggest clubs in the world. Remember that. So be careful. They're watching.
They're super.
Harry Kane's going to be worth about 100 million. Like,
watch. Harry Kane will be more interested to play for Leeds United next season than he will be for another season at Spurs. So.
I'm gonna touch wood while I say this, but I don't like when the commentators they mention your man it's Dan Levy, and Dan Levy's the owner of Spurs, isn't he? And and whether him and the hierarchy of Spurs will be looking for Bielsa to bring him in. Bielsa is not gonna come to Spurs.
I heard the announcers talking about that, and I just laughed.
Yeah.
Listen, if Bielsa was chasing money, he would have been coaching freaking Real Madrid decades ago.
Yeah, but they weren't talking money at halftime. They were talking as like, what would Bielsa do with all that talent?
I think they're more
well, of course. You know,
it would take a complete corruption of moral judgment for Marcelo Bielsa to leave that flattened beast. And he is and I talk to my dad about this all the time. I will never criticize him. I will never criticize a thing that the man says or does. I don't care if he throws all of the under 23s on, and if we're chasing 7th place at the last game of the season, which I don't think we're going to be. But he just is the epitome, isn't he, of a moral compass, a properly pointed moral compass. He is a godsend. I don't know. I'm not religious in the way that my family would be, but I still am. But I would love it if he turned out to be a higher power, disguised as a regular person. He's just wonderful.
Like he's the Buddha or somebody. Is that what you're talking about?
That's it. I mean, Buddha, Jesus, whatever you want to call him. I mean, I'm not saying he is. No blasphemy here. I work for a Catholic school, and I believe in Catholicism. I'm just not as practicing as maybe I should be. But I just think I'm just talking in metaphors because I love Bielsa so much. So you know what I mean?
What you're saying, but you can't say, is that Bielsa's God.
No, he's not. I'm an English teacher as well, and I'm speaking in metaphors. He's a ghost, or he's not a ghost. He's an angel. He's an angel. Sense that's what he is. I love him.
No, I've said it before, and I'll say it again right now. Bielsa is this situation at Leeds United, and not at Leeds United first team. At Leeds United as a whole and Leeds as a city, the situation that he is in right now is everything he's always wanted, where he's got players who will do anything he says and die for him and die out on the pitch for him. He's got management, the ownership, all the way up, ownership that believe in him 1,000%. He's got a city that has fallen in love with him, and yes, it helps that he brought you guys up from the Premiership, but he would say I didn't do that. The players did, and the organization did, which is another like. But he's just so ingrained into what Leeds United are now that there's no you couldn't pull him away from that. Like, even if you guys would have gotten relegated this season, I think he would stay. Like,
has to stay. Yeah.
So, and then you think about it, as loud as Bielsa is, and as much as he likes to yell, I think he loves Victor Orta behind him screaming his ass off. Like, I think he secretly loves that there's that passion.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're talking about passion right now of ownership and leaders, like the Cronkies, like the Glazers, where it's like, has Stan Kroenke ever even seen an Arsenal match? Meanwhile, you've got Victor Orta. I don't know. He's not the owner, is he?
No, Victor Orta is the what do you call them? The guy who's
like the GM.
He's in charge of the scouting. The general manager is the names are gone out of my head now. His name, the general manager's name will come back to me, but he's like the recruitment person for players. He's the guy who's responsible for bringing Hulk to I think it was a team in Russia, and then Andrea Radrizzani is the owner.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's the guys, the 49ers are the investors who could eventually become whatever amount of
director of football.
That's it, director of football.
Technical director, director of football. Thank you, guys. See, I'm just proving that I'm not a full-fledged Leeds fan. See,
I don't know a lot more.
Like
that. We don't know anything on this show. That's why we bring you on, Keith.
Yeah, I mean, ask Mark and I who the director
I don't know
of
that
football
much.
for our
You
teams
guys know
are.
a lot.
If we put it on a trivia question, we'll know it.
Yeah, that's how we learn things. Every happy hour is actually not for you guys; it's for Mark and I to learn about
football.
You guys know more about Leeds than most people that I've met in London or in Ireland know about their own team.
I gotta tell you, we've watched 32 teams. We've watched 32 weeks of Leeds.
This is it.
We've been forced to by all these crazy Stoop crew members, man.
Yeah.
You guys, listen, if you guys were Fulham or West Brom.
Angus Kinnear.
Angus Kinnear. I remember somebody saying Angus.
Yeah.
Listen, if you guys were Fulham or West Brom and week 1 of our show this season, we do West Brom, who the hell are West Brom? And we get a good number of fans showing up from those clubs. I don't see us doing this for those clubs because it's something about the passion and it's about what you're putting out there on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like the reason we're giving so much time to Leeds United, yes, the fans are demanding it. So yeah, let's give them what they want. But Mark and I really enjoy watching Leeds United. I am a 100% believer in Bielsa right now. I want Bielsa to come be my dad now, or be my godfather or something.
It's
I just want to have a barbecue
day
with him.
You said it perfectly.
It's absolutely night and day what these new teams have shown us in the Premier League this year. Fulham and West Brom. I've watched them. They're kind of shit. Fulham
fell apart.
Shambles of a team, and Leeds comes in and they're just like, oh, okay, you're in my seat out. They were like, they came in with this attitude of this. We belong here. The other two teams show up and they're like, oh, we made it. We made the big time. This is going to be fun.
Leeds United showed up going like, y'all don't know who we are?
This has been 16 years in the waiting for us.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that frustration would have been like.
Yeah, they're yo-yo teams. I saw Leeds get relegated. Now, it was all but mathematically done at Ipswich Town. I want to say 2007, 2008. It's a blur. Those years are a blur. It was a testimonial for a player who you might not have heard of so far. Gary Kelly. He's an Irish player who you probably have. To be fair, you know so much.
Yeah.
Gary Kelly had his testimonial that game. It was his last ever game for Leeds, and it was ruined by a pitch invasion. My dad and myself were crying. I was only young. I think I was only about 15 or something like that. And it was really difficult. And it has been so difficult, and we have not given up. And it just bring, like, every time I speak to my dad every week, his name's Eugene, just give him a shout out there.
What's up, Eugene?
Thank you. He'll love that. He loves you guys, by the way. He loves your poem.
Awesome. Thanks,
I think he can't wait to. He's giving me a call now. I'll call him back later.
Tell him to call in the show. Give him your password. By the way, guys, if you're wondering how Keith is able to talk to us like this, Keith is a Stoop crew member, and Stoop crew members have the link in the community tab on our YouTube channel. That's for Stoop crew members only. You can call into the show right now and talk to us. So if you guys want to talk to us, let us know your thoughts. Get that link and call in right now. Sorry, Eugene.
No, I was basically saying that I'll send him a message there later. What was I saying? Yeah, my dad and we were crying in the stadium. Fans invaded the pitch. We went down to League One. It was a really difficult time, and I know you have talked about this on the show before, but I think sometimes it's just nice to get a fan's perspective on it, and it's something I've kind of put to the back of my mind 10 plus years. I lived in Spain for 2 years, in Galicia. You mentioned on the
Where in Galicia?
Vigo.
That's where I'm going to be in Vigo all of July.
You need to go to a
Vigo
Ferran
every
show.
year.
Have you ever been to a Ferran show?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man! Yeah. I'm not going to tell the stories I've had for Ferran shows because I won't say anymore. They're amazing. Listen, anyway,
hold on.
Unbelievable.
I need to go and grab something to drink, but my throat's going out. But I can hear you. So keep talking.
Yeah, I'll keep talking. I'm really enjoying this. I hope I'm trying not to steal anybody's thunder, guys.
No, man, go for it.
Jump in. If anybody wants to jump in, let me know. When I lived there, it was kind of the times of where we had probably one of our worst teams ever. And there was, I can't even remember the names of the players that I've kind of, it was probably at the time when I was least involved with Leeds United, but I still watched the matches. And as Bobby Two Scoops there says, it was a painful time to be a Leeds fan. I went back. I remember I got one of my most recent jerseys from my dad, and we had we were able to celebrate a draw at Christmas time with it, and against, I think it was Preston. And that was probably the highlight of the season for us. Do you know what I mean? Drawn with Preston in the Championship. That's 2 or 3 years ago now. Yeah. It's just amazing to be here. It's amazing to be here on the stream. Never thought I'd be saying Premier League football on the brink of Europe, beating Spurs, them dirty Spurs, as Mark calls them.
And I call them.
And Lolo.
No, and then people are like, no, it's dirty Leeds, and I'm like, I'm not talking about. No, they were called dirty Leeds because of the way they played and all that.
Norman bites your legs Hunter. Yeah, that was.
I don't call Spurs dirty Spurs because of the way they play. I call them dirty Spurs because they're dirty people.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a Spurs fan, you're unclean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about anything more there, Lolo.
You don't have to. I'm an Arsenal fan, so
this is it. You of all people should be the one to speak about.
Oh my God! Like the lows of Thursday of losing, falling out of the Europa League.
I was devastated for you.
Of Leeds United,
Leeds, aren't we? Absolutely, Super Codwell. Leeds aren't
beating Tottenham and beating them bad. When the third goal went, I was like, yes, now get 4. Fuck them. Fuck them. Oh, get 4. Oh, man.
I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. This is
sorry if I'm falling into a little bit of when I'm down in the studio, we're doing happy hour. So I'm kind of falling into happy hour mode. I almost grabbed a beer instead of a soda.
I respect you so much, Lolo, for supporting Arsenal, because Arsenal are not an easy team to go on to.
Not this season.
No. Well, and you Mark realize, I haven't been supporting them since they were winning, like when I started supporting them, getting in the Champions League was winning. And then failing in the Champions League every single season. So yeah. Let's get to some comments here. I want to talk to some people in the audience here.
Let's do it.
And I love talking with all of our Stoop crew members, but I also enjoy seeing that a lot of these comments are from non-Stoop crew members, which is good. We have a lot of new people here.
Let's get them.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Join.
Yeah, and Stoop crew members, start using all your emojis of James and everybody to make everybody jealous.
Now.
But
spam James in the chat.
Comments up here, John. I'm just gonna start popping some of these up and reading them. Yo, guys, I'm so happy. John Shores says, so happy today. If you look at the bench before today's game, you could arguably say they were the first team. Exactly. You got the likes of Rodrigo, Rafinha, Calvin Phillips. Who else? That's all I know. But yeah, you got a point there. Let's see. Fans call us dirty Leeds, having a clue as to the identity of the team at the time. Exactly.
Our red card. Do you know what the dirty Leeds thing? That red card against Man City might have been the first red card we've received in over a year. I don't remember the last red card before that.
Yeah. I don't know. Leeds under Bielsa are the team who won a FIFA Fair Play award for giving Aston Villa. Another Bielsa thing. Bielsa thing.
I was thinking about that yesterday.
And I think you guys all know that, but just to show you that I know what you're talking about, where a goal went in, but there was a foul beforehand or something that wasn't called, and Bielsa told his team, and you guys were in a relegation battle or a promotion battle at the time, so because it was kind of important, he told them to let them score. The only person who tried to stop it was kicked off the team the next season, was shipped away. But Bielsa got an award for that, and he was like, "Why do I get an award?"
Janssen. No, yeah,
Pontus he Janssen. Goes, "My team did that." So listen, we've actually got Tony here. I don't know why he's so camera shy. That looks like an amazing background you got there. But so Stoop crew. As I said, if you go to the community tab on our YouTube channel, you will see a private Stoop crew members only link, and Mr. LS14 Tony has done so. Keith, do you want to stick around or you want to go?
I'm gonna say hello to the guy, and then I'm just gonna jump out and listen to him because I respect anybody who's
sounds good. Well, big up to you, Keith. It was great talking to you, and say hi to Eugene for us.
I will indeed, and I'm looking forward to telling you a Father Ted story one day, but I'm going to leave it hanging there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll save that for happy hour.
Tony, what's going on? Say hi to Keith before he takes off.
Hi, Tony. MOT.
Hello, Keith. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
How's it going, Tony? What are your thoughts on the match today?
Oh, man.
Oh, he's a little frozen there.
I'm buzzing.
I'll jump out. Maybe if I jump out, maybe he'll have a better connection. So, MOT, Tony, nice to meet you. And guys, thanks so much for having me on. This was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you again.
And I was like, somebody just put "Vamos hostia," which is a Galician thing, but that was him that wrote it. That was Keith that wrote it. So Tony, what's going on? You're a little bit laggy, but I'm gonna stop talking and let you talk, and that should work very well. Calling in from near Dortmund, which is my other team. That's my Bundesliga team, is Borussia Dortmund. But Tony, tell us your thoughts on the match, man.
Well, actually, I watched the game last week with a friend from Dortmund, and he never wants to watch again. And unfortunately, he didn't watch the game today. And I was thinking, my God, that was Leeds pure. It was such a super game. We turned them over. We made it ordinary. It was an excellent game. I am buzzing. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. And I've been looking forward to this game. My tip, I actually put £1 on Leeds winning 3-0. So they fucked me up.
Hey, big up putting a pound on that. That was my prediction. So hey, 3-0. So our director says with all those books, Tony looks smart.
They're my wife. A minute. My wife's a teacher. We've got a lot of books here.
Ah, fantastic.
See, Tony doesn't read any of them. It's all his wife that does that. So, Tony, why don't you tell me, give me your man of the match? Because I agree with you. Amazing, pure Leeds, modern Leeds United performance right there. So hard for us to choose. We have some shouts for Melier. We have some shouts for Robin Koch, for Llorente. Who else? Stuart Dallas, of course. So who is your man of the match?
Bielsa.
Always. Always Bielsa.
He put the same team on that lost last week 2-0 to Brighton, and they won 3-1 against Tottenham. What more can you say? Bielsa is a genius.
Yeah, it was surprising to see, like, you know, when I woke up and I looked at the lineup and I saw that it was exactly the same, and I was a bit of a head scratcher there. But I think that the team was only the same in jerseys, and there were other players that were just fit into those jerseys, and I don't know what got into them. You know, maybe they were, you know, getting juiced up in the locker room before the match. But it was night and day. You know, because I was like not looking forward to another performance like last week, but they definitely showed they showed their what I've grown to expect from Leeds. They definitely showed that today.
Now, listen, this is I do really enjoy that. I enjoy that you say Bielsa is the man of the match, because what he did was he put out the same exact team, and he gave them not gave them another chance, but he essentially said, we didn't get it wrong last week. We didn't get it wrong by team selection last week. We got it wrong by performance. So get out there and do what you were meant to do. Do what you were supposed to do. And that's exactly what they did from the fucking whistle. Mm-hmm. They went for it. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, so I was watching all Leeds TV before I watched you guys, and they were all saying we have not a chance on earth. And this is something that surprises me again and again. If you've watched Leeds and followed Leeds for years and years, there's always these moments that come up and prove people wrong. And we did it today. We did it in April, and we did it today. Mm-hmm. And what more can you say? It's just the way Leeds play. It's so attractive to watch. It's such a lovely game to see when Leeds play. Give a shit that these guys were some of the best players in the world. Mm-hmm. And if you'd have put us all back, all of us, including Tottenham Hotspur, to the Championship last year, Gareth Bale would never have been mentioned. Son wouldn't have been mentioned. And Kane wouldn't have been mentioned. They did nothing in this game. They were an ordinary Championship team that we beat. And it's just because they are superstars, everybody is expecting them to do special.
Absolutely.
But Leeds showed them they are ordinary people. They are ordinary people, ordinary players playing on a field, and they have to work for it. And that's what Leeds did today. They worked for it,
absolutely.
and they won it, and they deserved it.
Yeah. You know, all of this, one word keeps popping up into my head, which is identity. What we saw today was two clubs, one with an identity and one without. One with way more talent, you would say. If you looked at them individually, one is full of talent and full of individuals with individual identities. Then you have Leeds United, who it's like they form like Voltron. You know, they're not fantastic by themselves, but when they form like Voltron or Captain Planet, you know, let your powers combine. I am Captain Planet. Does anybody remember that?
You're a tree. You're a tree. You're all fucking trees.
You're all fucking trees. No, they form together, and together they're this amazing thing when it works. And so last week, like Bielsa sticking with it is going, no, we just got it wrong as a whole. It wasn't my choices of team selections. I would choose them against anybody. Watch me. I didn't choose that team because it was Brighton. What? Rafinha and Calvin Phillips are healthy, and Rodrigo too? Doesn't matter. Go out there and do what I told you to do last week, you fuckers.
I actually thought we did last week the same to Brighton as Manchester City did to us. We were a bit arrogant. We thought we could win this game, no problem. You know, try a couple of new faces on the pitch and see. Bielsa isn't interested in Europe this year. He is actually trying to build a team for next year. And he tried it last week and it failed, but it succeeded. But last week we were arrogant, and today Tottenham were arrogant to us. And we showed them, okay, we've learned our lesson. Have you?
Yeah.
Definitely. And somebody mentioned in one of the comments a while ago, maybe 10 minutes or so, 10, 20 minutes or so, he said that Spurs, if I was a Spurs fan, I would be looking at this performance the same way Leeds fans looked at the Brighton performance of like, what the fuck just happened? What went wrong?
Yeah.
And you know
what happened? Exactly.
Mason is going to start the exact same team because once again, it wasn't the team selection that fucked Tottenham. It was effort. It was there we go. Hashtag Leeds kit for Lolo, Leeds kit for Mark. Remember, Mark needs to get a Tyler Roberts one. Or offside, or Spawny, right?
I'll take one that says Spawny, but I want hashtag on the stoop on my back, just so everyone can go, what?
Yeah, on the stoop. So, well, Tony, it's been a lot of fun.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Sure, man. Go ahead.
What was your tip last week for us?
For this game?
Don't remember. What was it?
For this game was 1-1, you said.
This for the Tottenham game, I said 2-1 Tottenham. I was basing it on what I saw last week and with the fact that maybe there wasn't going to be a Calvin Phillips and there wasn't going to be a Rafinha. You know, and they came out with fire. They came out with absolute fire. And last night during happy hour, when James said that there was a chance, you know, I was like, I might want to change my prediction there, you know, but you know, I'd be honest. I there's a lot of Leeds fans that didn't think that this result was going to happen today.
Yeah. Listen, John Shores just said that. He said, I hate it when all the chats say we're going to win 3-0, 4-0. They're the games I dread. Today, everyone was saying the opposite, and they're the games I love. Everyone except your boy Lolo, who said 3-0. I said 3-0 for this one.
Well, sun shines on a dog's ass at least once, right? Or however that goes. There's some sort of saying, you know.
Let's see. Tactically, we are superior than most teams in the Premier League. Yes, and that has to do with you guys being a team as a whole. I feel like too many other teams have too many superstars, too many people who are playing as individuals, and so it's not a 100% tactical thing. And listen, this could all change. This could all change next season if you guys bring in the wrong players. Now, I don't just based on, you know, what you guys have been doing and how much everything goes through Bielsa, I don't see you guys bringing in any poison players. But that's what would happen. Like, to me, Gareth Bale is a poison player. I would never want him on my side, no matter how good he is. I think he's much better for Wales than he is for any club. But I don't see you guys doing that. But it could happen. It could happen, and it could break down, and you could become a massive club who is in 20 years of Champions League football. And you guys become something different and fall into this when Bielsa leaves and all that. But as for now, you guys play collectively as a whole. You've got an identity. Bielsa is, you know, fucking Bielsa. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
That's Mark. That's this is what I enjoy every week. I am enjoying Bielsa's style. You know, he's going to go someday, and I am enjoying this time now. I saw it back in the past with Don Revy. You know, I'm that old, and we were spoiled. I didn't know it then. I was a teenager. I know it now, and I'm watching this game and thinking, this is football pure. This is the way it should be. You know, and all this talk of Big Six and whatever, you know, it's not football, it's money. Leeds are playing football, and we are showing the rest of the world this is what football is about. So I'm going now. Thank you very much. All Leeds are.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony. So everybody, big cheers to Tony, part of the Stoop crew. Great having you on here, man. We'll see you next week. So if you guys want to call in just like Tony, you got to be a member of the Stoop crew, and you get that link in the YouTube community page, and you click on that. We'll see you down there, and we'll bring you on when we're ready for you. So Mark, you haven't gotten to talk much because I'm talking my ass off, and and we've got all these guests on. But have you been able to say everything that you want to say?
Yeah, you know, I mean, like I said, you know, Leeds played very, very well today. This was the match.
And I told you to talk, and I'm going to cut you off. Just
I know,
to say,
Thomas, thank you.
Thank you so much for that super chat thing. Really appreciate it.
And then Bobby Two Scoop says, Mark's not going to talk. Fuck this guy.
As soon as I let you talk, the money starts rolling in. So maybe we should let you talk. Thank you so much, Bobby Two Scoops. Okay, go.
You know, no, this is the Leeds I've grown to respect, and I've grown to love to watch play, and it was really fun. It was. And also really great to have that result at 7:30 in the morning, because that comes awfully early when you're doing a happy hour the night before. You know, I don't, outside of, you know, the guy that I give the most props to during our pregame shows, Tyler Roberts, I thought he was not very good today.
He was good in the first like 30 minutes.
I didn't see that myself, but you know, I'll let you have it.
But the rest of the ball play,
the rest of the team, I thought played excellent. The you know, I'll say it again. The pass from Alioski to Bamford was so wonderful, so wonderful, and just in stride. And that's I want to see every goal like that.
Well, and listen, you think that's just a tap in for Bamford, right? Super easy for Bamford. But when you look at it, there's like 5 Spurs all around.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He got into the exact right spot for that tap in. And then that's funny. Old Gardner says Rafinha could nutmeg a mermaid. So listen, there's a question for you, Mark. Can I ask Mark if he sees Tottenham going the same way as Leeds did in 04-05? Massively in debt, and I can't see Son or Kane staying. Could be a free fall next season.
You know, I'm not really sure. You know, I mean, Tottenham is in debt, but they're not afraid to spend. You know, Kane still has contract. They sell him. Can they get money? They turn around and, you know, they're going to shed Bale. That's dead weight. You know, I don't think he's signed beyond this season.
It's a loan anyway.
Is it a loan?
So,
you know, so with those things said, I mean, is a team like that going to fall? Maybe. But how far are you falling? You're already in 6th or 7th place. You know, I mean, I see them pretty much staying the same. I am very interested in who they will get as a manager. And I do think that may sway one way or the other Kane's decision. A lot of people saying Son is going to take off and be gone. I don't think so. I think Son stays. You know, I think he's kind of happy doing what he's doing on that team.
Mark, this is the Ask Mark hour.
I guess he doesn't talk, so now he's got to talk. What did I think of Patrick Bamford? That was, you know, a much better performance today for him, but he was getting service. You know, last few games he hasn't been. So it was good to see. But he was also a little more mobile, you know, and I think that maybe that had a lot to do with the marking on him, that he hasn't, you know, in the last few games I've seen, it's like people have been playing him really tight and almost doubling on him. Yeah. And I didn't see that today. And so thus he was able to break free and kind of do what we expect Patrick Bamford to do, except for he wasn't tossing them over the top of the net like he's prone to do.
Now, let me just say, I think exactly what you're saying. Yes, it happened. He had a little bit more space. But I would say that was due to Cliche or Click or whatever you call him.
Cliche.
Because depending on where the ball was, which side the ball was on, he would make a run, and all of a sudden they've overwhelmed one side. Mm-hmm. So one of the center backs would have to cover, which then gives Bamford a one-on-one, and he's a bit more able to get into different spaces there. So even if they're doubling them, Cliche kept going and overwhelming whichever side it was going down. Even if Cliche didn't do anything, they're like 3-on-2 on one side. So somebody has to start paying attention to that side of the pitch there. Mm-hmm. So I think Cliche having a better game allowed for Bamford to have a better game. And I just want to take note of some of these comments up here about Tyler Roberts. He has too many touches. He makes bad decisions and overthinks. That one, I think it was right before he got taken off. He gets the ball in space in the middle of the pitch. Somebody's running. I think Jack Harrison or somebody is flying up the left side. Or no, I think it was Rafinha.
No, it wouldn't have been Rafinha.
It was the first half because they were running this way on my TV. But he has somebody way out wide, and then he decides to do like a cutback sort of pass to Bamford, who is already well past where he passed it to.
Yeah.
That's where all the defenders are. So it's just like a really bad decision on his end. And it's like part of the problem with him shooting is when he gets the ball, he gets so excited and he overthinks it and fucks it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't read that one. Those who are not yet Stoop Crew, sorry, John. Those who are not yet Stoop Crew, I wholeheartedly recommend it as a very new member. Lolo and Mark are the most in-depth American analysis you will get, and such gentlemen.
I'll take the gentleman part. I don't know about the analysis.
Yo, Lewis, S. Lewis.
S. Lewis, welcome.
Big up. And Stoop Crew members, say what's up to S. Lewis there or whatever, and tell us what you want to be called. If we're going to call you S or we're going to call you Lewis. But and Sorin says Roberts was too selfish too many times with nothing to show for it. A lot of bad decisions. And I think that gets calmed down once he gets a goal. He's too excited. He's a little chihuahua.
Him and I want that goal for him so badly.
Yeah. So listen, we've gotten a chance to hear Mark for 2 seconds, so we're going to shut him up again by bringing in a Stoop Crew member who's called in. And everybody give it up for Bob.
Hey.
Yo.
What a win today.
What's going on?
What a win today. Wow, those shirts look amazing.
I think it was your shirts that did it.
I think it's what I did it, man. I'm still having to sport the old Macron ones because I can't wear these new shirts because I'm not on the Luke Ayling diet. My old man boobs might be a little bit too much for those. So,
so for those of you who don't know, Bob is he owns. I think that yellow card was for your man boobs.
I think it could be. Yeah, I think they deserve a yellow right now.
Bob owns an awesome arcade out in California. Where in California, by the way?
It's a place called Calamasa, California. It's out towards Palm Springs, middle of nowhere. It's fantastic.
Oh wow, yeah, okay. I know. Yeah. I've heard. I've not been there, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's about a town of 12 people.
Yeah, I used to live in Hemet.
Oh yeah, it's not too far away from Hemet. Then.
Just over the hill.
Small world. Yeah. Awesome.
And the Karen C, who is one of our original Stoop crew members, she asks, would that be a Yorkshire accent, Bob?
Yeah. I'm a Yorkshire man. I've been here half my life. I moved out to the States in '97 when I was 23 years old, I think. But I'm a Horsforth, Farsley, Holt Park boy. Grew up in Holt Park. So people who know Holt Park will know what a lovely place that is.
Yeah. So Keith asked, "How do you spell it?" Right there, or it's on my shirt. Bob sent us these shirts. Right, and Director John, I have yours. I haven't seen you in a few days, so.
Yeah, thanks for the. So I'm just calling up to talk about Bielsa because obviously fantastic result today, absolutely fantastic result today, and the difference between Bielsa and other big managers is when Bielsa came in, right? No. I'm not even going to pretend I knew much about him other than what I'd seen on YouTube. I don't really follow Argentinian football all that much or anything like that. Don't follow Italian football. And I don't know if the other Leeds lads and lasses remember that that summer when Bielsa came in, we didn't sign anybody. And we had the same shower of shit that we'd had like the previous 2 seasons, basically. Players who couldn't play, in my opinion. I'll tell you for now, I used to hate Stuart Dallas. I couldn't stand Stuart Dallas. I thought it was useless. That's how much I know about football, right? So Bielsa plays his first match. We play against Stoke, who've just come down. They got, I think, Peter Crouch is still in the team. They've got some good players, and we go from being this mid-table, just meandering crap team, really. I mean, not going anywhere. Bob will know the Astor for sure. Yeah, I do know the Astor. I used to work there at one point. Being a crap mid-table team too, all of a sudden we're playing this team Stoke, and I'm thinking, we're going to get rolled 5-0 by Stoke. They're just going to roll through us. And within the first five minutes, excuse my French, I turned to my wife and went, "What the fuck is going on? What is this team? Where were these players for the last 2 years under the likes of Gary Monk and Paul Heckingbottom, Thomas Christensen, and whoever else we shipped in to be our manager?" And now when we get to the Premier League, everyone's all of a sudden surprised. Oh, well, he's getting this out of them, he's getting that out of them. And I see opposing fans, a lot of Arsenal fans saying, a lot of Spurs fans saying, you know what, if we only bought this new $80 million player or this new $100 million player, it's got to be this guy is going to come in and he's going to solve everything. And you know what? As a football fan for a lot of years, that's the way I used to think about things. But now, having watched what an absolutely fantastic coach can do, I mean, night and day. These players are night and day different. And these are the same players that were strolling around the park, drawing against Preston, losing against Histon, this type of thing. So every time, and I don't know if it's an American thing, because like the NFL and the NBA, you think you're bringing that big marquee signing and all this type of stuff, like a LeBron James or whoever else. I'm not a big basketball fan. They're going to come in, they're going to sort the team out, everything's going to be fine, and we're going to have a winning season. I honestly would have thought the same a few years ago, but I think Bielsa, and I've got my Bielsa knockoff mug this morning, plenty of coffee going on. Bielsa's completely changed my mind about football. Like I said, I've been going to football since 83, 84. I think my first game I ever saw was us against Newcastle in the old second division. And it's a game we won, and I've been hooked ever since. And we were crap for the rest of that season and crap for the next 6 years. But I always wonder if it's just a thing about American sports, or now it's going over to English sports, where it's like, okay, we've got to bring in this marquee player. Well, you guys think about that?
Bob, it's spot on. It's a big reason why I've refused to actually say Arteta out.
Right.
because to me, I hate being a reactionary club. I hate.
Sure.
Absolutely hate, and I get on Cantac a lot, who's one of our Arsenal contributors. I get on him a lot because he says, look, we're one signing away.
Yeah.
We're 2 key signings away. And I'm like,
you guys don't know what to do with what you have.
We send Joe Willock over, and he single-handedly keeps Newcastle out of relegation. Now they're like in fucking 11th place or something. Like 4 weeks ago, 1 month ago, they were going to be relegated.
Yeah.
Well, look at that front three for Tottenham today. How much are they worth? Son, Kane, and Bale. What are they worth?
Fuck, even the front three. Let's ignore them.
Yeah.
Go to the middle of the pitch. You know?
Yeah.
Doherty has a good season at Wolves. Fucking buy him, bring him over here. You know, Højbjerg was actually cheap and is well worth every penny, I think. But even like, look at the likes of like Lamela. You think who on Leeds United is making more than Lamela right now? I don't know what he's making, but I'm assuming he's making some decent pay. But like, really, so to me, I hate that phrase of we're one good signing, we're one big money signing away. And I'm like, you know what? I would rather you take the $100 million you're going to pay for one player,
right,
and say this season all the tickets are free. we're going to give that $100 million to you guys.
Let's keep Gunnosaurus instead.
Yeah, let's keep Gunnosaurus. and I want a manager who goes, I'm going to make do with what we got.
Right.
Get our identity built. And I how many times have I said I love Bielsa this pod? But that's what I loved about Bielsa. He didn't go and join a Premier League team.
No. And that's why Bielsa will never go to Spurs. Bielsa's not about that type of thing. And I think I caught that you guys talking about that earlier, so forgive me if I'm going over the same ground. Bielsa's not about that type of thing. He's not about the big money clubs. He's not about the big money signings. He's about connecting with the city. If you listen to him talk, I don't know if you've seen the Amazon Prime thing, Take His Own Legion United. There's a bit on there where he's talking about how he's connected to the town, how it's a working class town. You know, how the people have taken. I mean, look at the crappy flat he lives in. I mean, you know, and he goes out and he goes and gets his coffee and he sits there and he looks at, you know, people say hello to him. You know, he's not about wandering around London.
He wears his tracksuit. Like,
he wore his tracksuit to an awards dinner, black tie awards dinner.
He looks like a guy that hangs out at the coffee shop in Brooklyn.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure he would be. He's that type of guy. You know, and it's perfect for us. I mean, previous to Bielsa, we had that spot under O'Leary, which was awesome. But before that, obviously, Howard Wilkinson was kind of like the stoic kind of Yorkshire man he kind of connected with us like that. You know, he wasn't sort of like the everyman that Bielsa is, maybe. You know what I mean? But he that's the type of manager that we like at Leeds. I can't. I mean, we had big name managers like Terry Venables at Leeds. He was fucking awful. It was awful. He didn't want to be there. George Graham was at Leeds. It was awful. You know, we don't need managers like that. We need managers like Bielsa who can bring up players, make them play better than they ever thought they could play. Maybe add a bit of youth into it, which also has been a big thing for Leeds fans over the years, is bringing youth team people together. I know you keep talking about our youth team player, Little Bastard, or whoever it is you were talking about.
Little Bastard. Yeah, he's on the under 4 team.
Under 4, yeah, he's pretty good, man. He's pretty
really good.
Yeah.
He had a hat trick today.
Yeah, he had to go off and change his diaper the other day, but he's doing pretty well.
It took him a while, but he figured it out. Bielsa just yelled at him, "Little bastard, little bastard."
Yeah, so all this talk about, and I saw it on the NBC Sports, which is probably what you guys were watching, all this talk about what happens if Bielsa goes to Spurs. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Talk Sport Radio talking about, well, Bielsa might go to Spurs.
No, listen, Bielsa is such a brilliant footballing mind that he and I keep saying that Leeds United is his swan song. It's going to be his retirement club where he's going to be able to. He wanted a not necessarily a challenge, but he wanted a project.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go in and be like, oh, I can take Spurs from 6th to 2 in one season.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck it. That's why, like, even that fair play award that he was given for the Aston Villa match, am I wrong that was kind of an important, didn't you guys not make it into the playoffs or something like that because of it?
No, we were kind of already out of automatic promotion. We were going to be in the playoffs anyway. Oh, by the way, the only thing that mattered today, talking about playoffs, was seeing Derby County, semi-final playoff winners just escape relegation. I was hoping that they would go down and take Shrek Rooney with them.
There's a lot of talk on that in our comments today.
A lot of talk on that.
Rotherham needed to do was win and take those useless twats down. But that's the only thing that's slightly mad today. But apart from that, it's been a fantastic day. But yeah, going back to what you said, we were already in the playoffs, and that's when we failed in the playoffs, and of course, championship semi-final winners, Derby County beat us, and then they got walloped by Villa. But just another quick word about Bielsa, real quick. There's a YouTube clip knocking around somewhere, and it's just audio, right? And it's from when Bielsa was at Bilbao. Bilbao, obviously, being a very small team in like the Basque country, right? I think if I'm talking right, and I believe they've just lost the final. And he's talking to him. He's either on the bus or he's in the changing room. And he's talking to him. He said, you come from this small town, you represent your people, all this type of stuff. You should be honored to do that and everything like that. And he said, you've just lost a final. So why the fuck are any of you laughing and joking? That's what he says. Why are you laughing? And he starts off really quiet, like you'd expect Bielsa to talk, and then he loses it. He loses it. And if you can find that clip, it's well worth a listen for everyone, because that will tell you everything that Bielsa's about. He's more interested in these players representing a small people who he feels are underrepresented or, not on the big stage. And he absolutely lays into his players for laughing and joking just after they've lost the semi-final, final. So Bielsa's not going to Spurs. Bielsa's not going to Arsenal. Bielsa's not going to Manchester United.
Exactly. Mike P nails it right there as well, and that's exactly what I've been saying. Is the club? He's not gonna. He's only gonna work for the club if they buy 100% into the process, and that's why we talk about Lil Bastard on the under 4 team, because even in all reality, whoever coaches your like under 23 or something like that was saying the other day how Bielsa will come up to him and ask him about somebody, and the coach was like, I've never mentioned that player to him. How does he know his name? And knows, like, asking pertinent questions about that. And that's something where, is Arteta doing that right now?
No.
Arteta barely knows the names of the players we have.
Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22 for Arsenal, though, because, what do? Do you give him more time? You try and get him to build something, or do you look for someone else to come in and you just say, what, that didn't work?
In the year and a half that he's been with the squad, it's just been this slow kind of drop off, and I mean, do you want to go through another season of that?
I don't know. It reminds me a lot of the drop off we had when we missed out on. I'm not going to say you guys are going to go through the financial meltdown that we went through, but we missed out on Champions League football by a point? Or something like that, and then we missed out again by a couple of points. Then we just slowly just drifted down the league, and out. So it's not impossible for a big club to just go off the boil. It's really not. That's something you got to be worried about, man. You can always come over to the white side, boy. You can always come over. There's room for one more. The problem is, like, if Arsenal were to have won the league this season, it would be easier for me to join another team. Right.
But if they're losing and going down, I can't. Then I'm stuck forever.
Fair play.
It would be. I would look. The optics would be better if I left a league winning team to go like, no. Even though we won the league, I don't believe in what they're doing. I'm going with this club. But for me, with that whole Arsenal situation, you got it right there. Where it's like, what do we do? Because if we just switch up to the next manager that we can get, and it doesn't happen in one season, do we let him go?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I want to trust this process. I just can't see it. And I haven't seen to talk about, like, we needed to have seen something. So if it was, I'm playing these, like, fuck, okay, talk about Bielsa again, but we know what his lineup is going to be. Yes,
Right.
injuries, we may not know one or two, but we know what the game plan is, and we know what the squad is going to be. With Arteta, we never know. We never know. And the players don't know. So how I don't know. What is the process I'm supposed to be trusting?
Yeah.
Yes, Mike P, and I blame Lala for that.
Yeah. No, you know, it's interesting because I've always had a good relationship with Arsenal fans. Just over the years, I used to work with one over here. It was actually a lad from Leeds who supported Arsenal, and I ended up just working with him for a while. I've always had a soft spot for Arsenal for some reason. Not that I want them to win or anything, especially when I'm not playing Leeds. I had the opportunity to go down to Highbury and watch a Leeds versus Arsenal match a number of years ago. You know, that type of thing. It was always a good crack. It was always a good laugh. Always had a good time with Arsenal, and Arsenal always seem to have a really good identity. Under Arteta, I don't think Arsenal have an identity at all. I really don't. I think since you moved to that was a big bowl that you're playing now, you know, that's gone away. I understand Highbury was, you know, they want more crowds and that type of thing. Ever since Wenger left, that's gone away. You know, you've got, what was it, Unai Emery before, and now Arteta. Yeah. I don't think Arteta understands the club. I don't think he understands the fans at all, and that's a night and day thing with Leeds United. We're on the up right now. I mean, being a Leeds fan, I know that can end at any second. You know what I mean? But right now we're on the up. You know, ups and downs. Right now we're on the up, and it's because it starts from the top. It starts with Radrizzani, starts with Kinnear, Victor Orta. Again, if you watch that Amazon Prime thing, and you see when we score against Swansea, look at the reaction that Orta has. Yeah, I mean, he nearly breaks down in tears. It's because he's that invested in the club. And I got a lot of shit from a lot of Leeds fans, myself included, when he first came, because he made some dubious decisions. You know what I mean? But he's come good. Whereas Arsenal, I don't see where the project is. I don't see where the next step is.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see what Arsenal is trying to do. I don't think I think that Arteta does have an idea of the identity that he wants his squad to be, but I think that identity is, I want you to be me.
Yeah, but Arteta's got no personality himself. Honestly, he looks like he could be, you know, and there was one of those Team America Will Police or Jerry Anderson things. You know, he's got the Lego head haircut. You know, I mean, yes, we did well. No, well, you know, it's like watching paint dry listening to that guy. Honestly, it's not inspiring at all, is it?
No,
I mean, it's really not.
We play a terrible match where, like, everyone, like, I feel like half the team is playing holding a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Just being like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get to it.
Don't spill my beer.
He comes out afterwards and goes, well, it was very good.
Yeah.
We play very well.
It was all right.
There were some very good things. And we're like, what fucking good things did you see?
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's extremely boring. It's not. If I played for Arteta, obviously I could have done it in my youth because I was a great player. Not really, but if I played as a player under Arteta and I listened to what he said about the team, well, it just be like, get the fuck out. Get me out of here. You know, get me out of here.
Look, Jay just says, sorry, Arteta. Oh, it bumped up too fast. Sorry, I'm gonna stop touching. Jay said, sorry, Arteta is bloody clueless when you can B, let alone C.
I don't even think he has a plan A.
No, he has a plan A in his head, and that is what he'll go with, and that is what he'll stick with.
Right.
And, like, we're looking at the Villarreal match, and they played absolute dog shit for the first 45 minutes. Right. No changes at halftime.
Right.
The first change was at like the 65th minute or something, which is early for him. But I'm like, look, it's not working. It's not working. Fucking throw it. This is, there's no tomorrow. This was the semifinal. We're not getting into Europe in the Premier League. Like, what?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I'm not shitting on Arsenal. I'm not. I didn't come on here to shit on Arsenal. I actually don't mind Arsenal. In fact, it's one of the few London clubs I can actually sit there and go, oh, that's pretty good. I've always admired the way they played. You know what I mean? Especially like when Ian Wright was playing and all those guys and all that, that type of stuff. Actually got a quick story about Ian Wright. So Leeds playing Arsenal way back away. I'm sat in a cheese wedge with my friends. Arsenal fans are off in the south down there. We're a lot of banter backwards and forwards. Leeds go 1-0 up, right? Leeds fans around where I'm sat, I just start going, Ian shite, Ian shite, like that. You know, not Ian Wright, obviously. And I turned around to my mate, I said, don't do that. He's going to score. Do not do that. And we just goaded him for like 15 minutes. Anyway, so Wrighty scores. Doesn't run up to the Arsenal fans. He runs past us with his back to the referee and just goes, right this section. It was one of the best things I ever saw out of a Premier League player. Just he knew he'd been going, but that's the type of player where Wrighty was all about Arsenal. You know, he came up, you know, obviously played for Palace first, but once he got his chance to play for Arsenal, you know, your Dixons, your Adams and all those people, Ray Parlers and all that type of stuff. Where are those type of players in that team? Where are those type of leagues?
We have one. We have Kieran Tierney. To me, he's the future. Like he is who I want to see 11 of on the pitch.
Really?
He plays with a lot of desire.
He's got passion. He's Scottish, you know. He's got passion. He fights. He's nearly gotten in physical fights after matches with people, where he calls people out. Not on our team, on other teams. He's a solid player. He dies. He puts everything out there. So, we need more.
Right.
We need more of him in the lineup. I just want to get to some of these.
Yeah, Paul Andy Jones made a really good point there today. I saw the Spurs manager making nothing but excuses at the end of the match.
I didn't see that, but you know, I take Paul's word on that. And that's another thing to me where what's wrong with calling out your team? Like, you're not calling out your team, you're saying the truth.
Right.
Like, oh, they're going to get upset. You can't be saying that in the media. You can't be saying that they were bad. They were bad.
Yeah, they were shit. Well,
or,
you know what?
Or say Leeds was so good.
Yeah.
Like, don't make excuses. Just say, look, they were fantastic today, and we weren't up for it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that Tottenham were shite today because I thought they were okay. I mean, I thought they played typical Tottenham game. I mean, their goal was typical, you know. Honestly, when I woke up this morning at stupid o'clock, I honestly thought if we could get out of that with 1-1 draw, I'd be over the moon. And then to see us play like that was, especially with the same team as last week, I thought that was a really good thing to do. But this excuses about VAR and we had them on the ropes at one point, and I was like, come on, dude.
I watched a different game.
That one. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, boys, I've got to get ready. I've got to go to work and stuff. So
all right, Bob.
All right, thanks, Bob. We really appreciate it. And once again, thank you for the shirts, man.
Yeah, they look all right, man. Yeah, all right.
I fucking love them.
See you later, everybody else. Subscribe to the channel. It's fantastic. Leeds.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Oh, that was great.
Well, listen, we've had a grand old time talking with everybody.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
So, but I think we're gonna start winding down the show. So if there's any other questions or comments or anything that you guys want to ask us, we'll go for another maybe 5 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a day. There is other football today, isn't there?
Yeah, we got Sheffield and Crystal Palace right now. Sheffield United, and with Crystal Palace being up 1-0.
And then Man City. So
and then we got Chelsea. We got Chelsea Man City a little later.
Yeah, so we'll be back at about 3:00 for the Chelsea versus Man City review. Najee will probably be on there. So if you guys want to join us, clearly we're not watching Crystal Palace Sheffield United right now. You're kind of surprised to see that Crystal Palace is winning, but yeah. But let's take some of this love here. Enjoyed it, Stoop crew. Thanks, guys. Good to see you boys knocking out another great pod broadcast. Thank you so much.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks, Paul.
We'll do the upgrade next week, guys. Thank you for a brilliant stream. Hey,
Awesome, man.
At
That's
your own
fantastic.
time, Jay. Thank you so much for that. Cheers, guys, says Kev McNally. Cheers to you. So, listen, big up to our Stoop crew. Great day for you. Great weekend. Once again, I'm going to complain to the Premier League for putting the Leeds United match first in the week besides Friday, but first because now we have to watch a bunch of boring football. Like
I'll be up at even earlier tomorrow to watch them Wolves.
Even earlier. What time do they play?
Yeah, 7.
Why do they change it?
I have no idea.
Sunday type thing.
Maybe another royal died. I have no idea. Sorry, guys.
About that. But anyway, so fantastic day to be a Leeds United fan. Good day for our channel. Anytime Leeds win and anytime Tottenham lose, I have a good time with that. So who do you guys play tomorrow, by the way?
We get Brighton.
Right. Beat the shit out of them for us, yeah?
I certainly hope so, but
Arsenal always has a hard time with that, with them, and Leeds seem to as well. So
no. I will appreciate Leeds from afar and root for them when I watch them, but I choose a team and I'm going to stick with them. So, let's just hope the Wolves stay up next year.
Yeah. Well, yo, Thomas, thank you so much, man. First time you tuned in. Great stream, guys. Thank you so much, man.
We really appreciate it. We work hard at this.
We work. We I don't know. We work hard while we're doing it. It's the pregame. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate having you guys. And if you are a member of the Stoop crew, stick around for the credits and you'll see your name there. And if your name's not there, it'll be there next week when I do the update. But thank you guys. Look, junior sizes, clearly we're Americans,
Wolves play awful anti-football. Okay, sure. Whatever you say. I can't even pronounce your name.
Waluigi.
Waluigi's.
That's the evil Luigi. So there's Wario and Waluigi.
Kind of like Bizarro.
And Keith says that 5 pounds was towards the Leeds jersey, by the way. We are very, very close. We're going to have to do that.
Yeah, we're very, very close.
Okay, guys. So thank you guys from Brooklyn and Mark from Off the Stoop, Offside.
Offsides.
So we love you guys. We'll see you in a few hours. In like 4 hours, we'll be back doing the post-match of City-Chelsea. Hopefully, Chelsea lose.
All right.
All right, guys. So from Brooklyn, peace out. Oh, thank you, Director John, as always. Fantastic show. And thank you to all of the Stoop crew. We love y'all. Peace.